What's up, historians and fellow Magic dorks? Last week, we got a brand new format on Arena, a true-to-tabletop format called Explorer. So today, let's dive into our initial impressions of how the format is shaping out. And if you're transitioning from another format like Historic, we'll go over some key differences about Explorer. All on this week's, man, you see, word on the street is, this Explorer format might be alright edition of Mana Rant. But first, I'm Hoshi, Explorer's cautious enthusiast, and New Capnia's capricious, careless commoner. And you are listening to the Mana Rant podcast, where I usually am always joined by Drunken Dork, but look who we have here. 2 weeks in a row on the podcast, the true horror of New Phyrexia. It's Michael Paulo, everybody.
Yo, what's up, everyone? I have a theory that you're gonna mispronounce Capenna the entire time, like the entire season. You're just gonna come up with a new word for it every single time.
I think so. I'm just an idiot. That's so my brain just reads it differently every time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, some people think like we're doing bits and stuff, and sure, yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. That's whatever says that we're not dumb.
Yeah. Well, that sounds better, right? And so you probably noticed Drunken's not here this week. He strained too hard while using the bathroom, and he blew a blood vessel in his eye, so he can't be here. So one eye, it's just all red. And
sounds
so,
about right.
Yeah, so he had to go to the hospital. And anyways, welcome back to the show, and thank you for joining us. We are the Mana Dorks, and this is the Mana Rant podcast, where we talk about everything in Magic the Gathering, but mainly focus on the historic format and now the Explorer format, as well as another format that we're probably going to be watching very closely. And so our segment moves through the phases of Magic, just like the card game does, with the untap, upkeep, draw, all that stuff, and with the main phases being our main topics. And let's just jump straight into the show with our first phase, which is the untap phase.
Untap.
And untap is where we start off the show with a couple drinks. So, Paulo, what are you untapping tonight?
Another local brewery. It is called Hop Electric Hazy IPA. Actually, I don't know if this is local, but it's from Flying Dog.
Ooh, okay. There. Flying Dog's usually got some pretty high alcohol content, don't they?
Yeah. I saw the variety pack, and then when I got it home, I was like, whoa, all these are very strong. So
yeah, that's kind of their thing, I think. They got some pretty good stuff, though. That's cool. I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't know if they carry them where I'm at, but I used to see them all the time when I was in San Diego and in Baltimore and stuff. They were up there too. Nice, dude. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. I'm drinking the last of my citrus hops hard kombucha. This is by far my favorite. This recipe is definitely a keeper. If you like citrusy, hoppy things, and I mean it's really good. I'm surprised. It almost tastes like I'm drinking a beer, but it's hard kombucha, so it's low cal. Or not low cal, but low carb at least.
Yeah,
it's great, man. I brought some to my buddy who likes really hoppy beers, and he was like, dude, I'll buy those from you. So
wow.
Yeah, it's great, man. And I haven't made any new ones because I'm an idiot. And and also my house got hit by lightning, so I've been a little busy. I pissed off Zeus.
Freaking thunderstriked your home.
It's like, how dare you disrespect the old gods? And he destroyed my house. Luckily not my computer. Thank you.
God.
Thank you, Zeus. I'm sorry. Yeah, please don't destroy any more of my stuff.
Anything
Jesus.
but the PC.
I know, right? God, my Xbox, my TV, so much good stuff got destroyed. Yeah, that's tragic. Anyways, enough about my woes. Let's cheers to tonight's episode. So,
Drink
cheers,
away
Apollo.
the pains.
Yeah.
Cheers.
and cheers, everybody out there. Let's have a good show and move into
Cheers, everyone.
our upkeep. Upkeep, get ya upkeep. Ooh. Oh man, so hoppy. I love it. All right, and so our upkeep is our Reddit rant segment, and Reddit rant is where we look to the internet for people bitching, complaining, or maybe they're onto something. Section. So let's take a look at who we got here. We're going to Facebook, where all of the hard-hitting facts are always coming from, right? This is where everything is 100% true, and everyone does fact-checking. And so Trevor James, who spells it James with Jaymes, all right, he
Great start.
I think Trevor James is on to something here. So let's have our foreign British reader tell us what Trevor James has discovered.
WotC has confirmed that they match you in Brawl using a system so the decks are roughly the same power level. Is it crazy to think they do something similar in competitive formats to control the ease of leveling? I know I sound paranoid, but the amount of mirror matches I'm seeing is getting nutty. Even switching decks I get about 60% mirrors.
So things are getting nutty. I like how I said that. Are getting nutty. So, Apollo, do you think things are getting nutty? And
all aboard the conspiracy train. More conspiracies, man.
I am. Tinfoil. It's tinfoil hat time,
things
bro.
are getting nutty.
Why, man? Why? You don't think you see a lot of mirror matches? When you switch decks or anything? Or have you been on the ladder a lot? Yeah.
I see like odd instances, kind of like what we talked about last week. If I'm playing GOoo and I switch over to control, kind of like what you and Drunken Dork were saying, it seems like the matchmaking like conveniently switches. But 60% mirrors, I honestly rarely get mirrors when I play GOoo, Slivers on Historic Brawl. I honestly don't get mirrors too much, and if there is mirrors, if you are honestly seeing 60%, what deck are you playing? Like, you must be playing a pretty popular like
maybe
tier 1 deck or something, or the flavor of the week or something like that, right? So
I do seem to notice this a lot, especially in the play queue. In the play queue, this is like rampant. Like if I switch over to like Enchantress, all of a sudden I'll verse like 3 shrine decks in a row or something, and you're like,
yeah,
okay. This is weird, like how many people are fucking playing shrines on Aredum besides like weird jank players like me or something,
Yeah.
But then I'll switch over to something like Angels, and then I'm playing against Angels or like Burn or something like a counter to that deck, so I do notice this a lot in the play. I don't notice it as much in ranked. But it does pop up in there sometimes. Some days maybe he's onto something. He might be. You never know. I wouldn't put it past WotC to do some shit like this, though. They're very secretive about they tell us kind of about their algorithm, but they don't have it like independently checked. They don't do any kind of like bring anyone in to be like, look, these people reviewed our code or something, and they prove that we're not fucking with shit, because they are fucking with shit, and a lot of them, and they've told us about that. So maybe he's onto something. I think so.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I just like throwing this out there because there's a lot of people who think this. So is everybody crazy? Or is maybe something a little maybe
I can't. Yeah.
Maybe a little touch of something going on back there.
I mean, definitely the conspiracy train it's a going, and it's a going strong, because I can't fully negate it, even though I might not see some oddball things all the time. But I mean, you're proof. I mean, I hear you complain about the shrine matchups and never going first and
weird shit. Yeah. Oh man, that hasn't been happening to me nearly as much recently, but there was a good period where I was going like second, like I don't know, like 5% of the time maybe. It was insane. Like for a good couple months. Like I don't know, my account was flagged or something. I don't know what was going on. I was like, how is this even possible? That I haven't been having that happen at all anymore. It's been like pretty even. So yeah, I don't know. It was a weird fluke. Yeah, maybe my account got flagged. They were like, fuck this guy. We listen to your podcast. We don't appreciate what you say about it. Well, anyways, if you guys find any Reddit rounds out there that you liked, or some good conspiracy theories, some arena conspiracies, throw them our way. I like reading that stuff. So anyways, let's move into our draw phase. Let's draw. All right, so draw is where we sometimes we talk about what we've been playing this week, but if there is something interesting out there in the news, we will move into MTG News. Normally brought to you by the most big-headed anchor to ever grace a podcast. However, this week it is brought to you by Drunken Dingleberry's replacement, Michael Apollo.
Extra, read all about it. Apparently, WotC, they just can't admit that they fucked up. Every single week, I find it hilarious that they knew they fucked up with Alchemy, and they knew they fucked up Historic, so they gave us Explore, and then they're rebalancing Alchemy again, but instead of nerfs, we're getting buffs. And so
many buffs.
This week, WotC posted an article on May 4th, and pretty much it's just like a lot of buffs that they're adding to cards. Do you want me to go over like some of the key cards, or?
Yeah, I think let's just there's a lot, so let's just go over like really the big ones in here. So yeah, it's the rebalancing. So
yeah, so there's a lot of rebalancing. We'll post a link to the article if you guys want to read it. But one of the major ones I personally think would be Omnath. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, so, Omnath, they really like nerfed him when they brought him back into the format. So yeah, what'd they do to him?
So they changed the Scry one back to a draw card. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
really
the rebalance. Good. Yeah. So I think it's really good that you still get the draw effect. But, to keep it kind of fair, they still kept the cost as red, green, blue, and white, and then one colorless.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Especially if he's in standard. Like, if he's in standard, you can't have him just be that regular 4 cost. He would, like, just annihilate,
Yeah.
But
the amount of ramp and everything, too.
I think he's still banned in standard. That's right. So Alchemy basically is standard. It's a ramped up standard. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that he would still probably be way too powerful in there if he was just 4. So yeah, I like it.
But there's other cards, like City Stalker, Connoisseur, Painful Bond, Settle the Wilds. I personally think that what they're trying to do with these cards is make them useful or make them get used at all. I don't know what their bigger plan is. I still think some of these cards are not trash.
I think Painful Bond is an interesting one because I think this is more of a nerf that they gave to it, where they switched it around because it was. So Painful Bond is draw 2 cards, then in your hand. Then in your hand with then cards in your hand with mana value. God damn it, I can't read. Mana value 3 or less perpetually gain. When you cast this spell, you lose 1 life. That's what it is now. It used to be mana value 3 or more, and I think that this was really good in Historic. Because there's a lot of low CMC decks in Historic, like Rakdos and stuff like that, that could take probably pretty good advantage of this. Where they're like, well, I don't care about a higher than 3 CMC cards. I'm running Luris, So who cares? So I think they're this maybe was too good for them, so they nerfed it a little bit there. So that I think this is the only nerf though that they did. It looks like every single other one is they're cranking it up, dude.
It seems so. I mean, going through like the creature suite, Captain Eberhart is one to look at. But yeah, they mostly just increase the power and toughness of some creatures, probably to make them better in combat.
Maybe up GOoo.
Better blockers, or actually make the mana cost itself like as a useful body. So overall, I mean, I like the changes. I personally can't stand alchemy, but it's obvious that they know they messed up somewhere, so they're trying something.
I have kind of like a love-hate relationship with alchemy. Like I hate that it affects historic, that the changes for it affect historic. But I do like some of the cards. Like Captain Eberhardt's a really cool card, I think, A lot of these I could, I don't really care about. There's some really cool cards that they come out with in alchemy, but the format itself I don't really care for. I thought it was neat at first, and then it ran its course with me. I don't really care for it anymore. But this is my guess, is that the last alchemy pack that they put out was kind of trash. I don't know. There was basically one card in there which was a shrine card, which was jank. I was like, I want to craft that. There might have been a couple other ones that were okay in there, but nothing that really stood out to me like the first alchemy set that they put out. So I wonder if everyone else felt that way too and did not really buy into it heavily. So now they're like, hey guys, alchemy's cool. Look at us. We're going to pump up all these fucking cards for you guys. Come play alchemy, please. Or historic. But,
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, again, just because I personally don't like obviously there's a market for it. There's people out there. There's people within our community on our Discord that, clearly are passionate about alchemy as well. So, if you guys have anything to say, be sure to leave comments down below. But other than that, that is it for the extra. Read all about it. MTG News.
Okay, cool. Well then, with that, let's move into our main phase 1.
Main phase 1.
And main phase 1 is just where we're going over, some Explorer, man, the new format that came out. It's awesome. At least I think it's awesome. So we're just doing kind of our initial impressions here, since they did release it, and I've been playing a lot of it this last week. Have you been playing any, Apollo, of Explorer?
I have, yeah. I actually burned up those wild cards I've been saving. So.
Oh, really? So what have you been playing? What have you been playing?
I made the Esper. Great! I just forgot that card. It's that Reanimator deck, though.
Oh, okay.
Grease Fang.
I think. Yeah, Grease Fang. Yeah. Oh, nice.
I've been playing that in a best of one. Mm-hmm. I fucking love it, dude. That deck's awesome. Best of 3, I'm back to Gruul, but yeah, Grease Fang, what a cool deck, dude. It's fun, I didn't really buy into Neon Dynasty Kamigawa, so it was really cool to actually use the wild cards. I tried opening packs, but I didn't get what I needed, but yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
That's how it works, right? Yeah.
A lot of what I don't want. But yeah, no, I've been digging the deck. I really love how it plays. I definitely think I'm still trying to work out a best of 3 version, but right now best of 1, and obviously, like I said, Gruul for best of 3. That's just what I know. So, how about you? What have you been doing in Explorer?
Oh man, I've been playing. I grabbed Angels immediately because I was like, I want to grab something that I think will be strong and didn't get really nerfed too much. That's strong in historic, and from what I can tell, I don't think Angels lost anything going to Explorer from historic. I mean, maybe there's a couple Angels, sure, that are specific to alchemy. I don't think there's really any big ones coming from any of the anthologies or anything like that. Most of them are in there already, so I was like, this will be fun. I don't play Angels in historic, so I was like, I'll try it in alchemy, and yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
because one of the top decks that I run into is Burn on there, and it just fucking destroys Burn. It's like a 0 loss to Burn deck. But I've also been playing Grease Fang, which is just great because I wanted to play Reanimator, and I feel like this is one of the decks that is really fun to play in Explorer. because I think it's our really only good reanimator option, because we lost some really good reanimator cards going from historic to explorer. We have some really powerful ones in there that came from the Jumpstart and the historic anthologies, right? Like some 4 CMC. We have like a basically 2 CMC. We're on turn 3 that one witch or whatever she is, where she can pull something out of the graveyard. There's some really good stuff in there that can pull really powerful things out of the graveyard in historic. We don't have that in explorer, at least right now, right? But so Greasefang fills that role, and I think he does it well. And Esper is really fun. I really like the Esper version of it, and I immediately was like, oh well, why would you? Esper sounds stupid. Why wouldn't you just do Grixis? Because if you did Grixis, then you could just use you could use Faithless Looting, right? Yeah. Why why can't you just use Faithless Looting? Oh, that's right, because Faithless Looting is not an explorer. Thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I really realized though, which I have not seen since I've been playing, is it? Have you been playing against Is It in Explorer?
No, I haven't at all.
I haven't either. I don't think I've played one game against Is It, which is fucking crazy, because ever since the Strixhaven set came out, Is It has just been like unstoppable in historic. It has been in the top tier 1 decks consistently. That fucking those lightning pigeons, that come out of the graveyard have not gone away. And every single iteration of historic that keeps coming out, that deck is always there, and it's really strong. So it's kind of refreshing, to play. I know you pretty much totally abandoned historic at one point, so it's interesting to see you hop back in there.
I'm really happy for this, because right now it's kind of like a fresh new thing as we progress and get the cards that will help out as we lead to eventually Pioneer. I'm liking how this meta is. It's cool. It's fresh. You get to play some decks, some ones that are kind of a little bit different, like Greasefang. Like I completely love it. It's a unique combo reanimator. And and I can see why is kind of lacking, but as we go backwards, we're definitely going to see them for sure. As they get their like main pieces, they're gonna pump up the power level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Is It has been just, I feel like, unstoppable for a while, and there's still a lot of really good Is It cards in there, but I feel like they lost some really key ones going. I mean, Faithless Looting being one of the just major ones. That is so good. And they lost from the Horizons, because we got a lot of that Horizon stuff. So they lost the dragon, what was it, DRA or whatever. Man, why can't I not think of the name of it? That one drop that turns into a flying 3/3. Dragon Rage Channeler. Yeah, Dragon Rage Channeler. Yeah. That one, they lost Unholy Heat. They lost some serious fucking firepower leaving historic. I mean, those are some really good cards, and they lost those. So yeah, they're struggling. I've seen a couple of Is It decks online where that people propose, but I just haven't ran into any. But is there any decks you're looking forward to that we might get? Because I know you were talking about Pioneer, right? We have a article that you were looking at. Let me find that. Here we go. Where it was on MTG Arena Zone, where it was porting some Pioneer decks over. Was there any decks that you were like looking forward to and explore that we might be getting that really made you excited?
The decks themselves, honestly, in my opinion, for like competitive, it's going to be the usual players. So like Rakdos midrange, Sacrifice, Jund Food, those ones are going to be still good.
They're in there right
is a new
now.
one.
Yeah.
They're still going to be amazing. They're definitely tier 1 for sure. So if you just like the same old flavor, those are definitely decks you'd want to use. Winota is a new one.
And
it's
Winota's
insane.
crazy. Yeah, it's really good.
If they can
Big
stabilize, it's
big
hard to
shocker.
beat them. But
Big Shocker, a card that got banned in
Yeah.
in historic is not allowed in historic, or standard. I don't think is it's weird that it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But as we already mentioned, Grease Fang, spirits are interesting. I definitely think they're more on like the tier 2 side of things. But
yeah.
if that's
Well,
like your ballpark, I do like spirits.
We're missing. I do love spirits, but we're missing like one of the best spirits. That is, I can't find it in here. That is in Pioneer. It's a 1-drop spirit. Man, I can't think of his name. It's the one that's on the. It's the one that's on the cover of this article. I don't know why I can't. Because I'm terrible with names. It's this guy. Whoever. I can't think of.
Something Geist or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, they're all guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one's
doesn't help.
that one's really good, and it's like the best spirit, and we don't have that one. So I think spirits is just dead in the water right now. But whenever we move back into like Eldritch Moon, I think is what that one comes from. I think that we'll get that, and then spirits will be a thing again. I still don't think it'll be tier 1, but yeah. So is there any cards or decks that you're looking forward to that might that are in Pioneer that might be fun to get into Explorer?
Absolutely. So in the same article, they also mentioned some cards, and it's really great, like talking about these cards because it kind of brings back old decks, But
Yeah.
So what this article mentions, and I know everyone's going to love all these cards. So, we need Abrupt Decay. That's going to help out a lot. Elvish Mystic, the one true blue ramp, and green getting their double ramps in Land of War Elves and Elvish Mystic.
Oh man,
that's going to be good.
That'll be crazy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much ramp, dude.
Dude, yeah, we're gonna see mono green Devotion, Chain to the Rocks, probably like Karn, like mono green Karn. That's gonna be a thing. But Chain to the Rocks, it's one of the most like primo removals.
Super good. I remember that from back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, so is it, going back to, is it something like Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise? Those are going to be some cards they need because dumping all those cards, they can delve and refill their hands. Burn is going to get Eidolon of the Great Revel, which is already more power.
No.
Insole Artifact, Invasive Surgery, Jeskai Ascendancy for Jeskai Ascendancy combo. It's annoying, but... it is powerful. Kalitas, Liliana the Last Hope, Mana Confluence. That's a land I really want to see.
Oh man, that's a really good one. Yeah, that'll be great for slivers.
Yeah. Another one for Is It or just like aggro in general is Monastery Swift Sphere. Just to having the haste and prowess for one drop. Mutavault, tried and true. That's really great. It's been a staple for a lot of decks.
We're gonna get Mutavault.
Oh
man.
yeah.
That's
Notion Thief. Nykthos. I mean, Devotion decks are going to be back.
Nykthos is such a crazy land. Man, mono green is going to be really good when we get that.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
We're going to see some green Tron for sure.
I do miss that land a lot. Yeah.
Rending Volley, just another red removal. Supreme Verdict, my favorite form of Wrath of God.
That is the best Wrath of God for sure.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
Here comes control decks.
Already mentioned Treasure Cruise. Urborg is going to be really good for black. And then Voice of Resurgence. This card used to be so expensive, and I'm so glad I have 4 copies. I love Voice of Resurgence. This is like one of my most favorite cards ever.
It is really good. I remember this card being so damn annoying because I didn't have it, so I would only play against it. Yeah, because it was expensive back then. So yeah, it was always such a pain to remove. Oh man, yeah, that'll be cool. There's a lot of really cool cards. To get back into. So I'm excited. We still don't have a schedule for when they're coming out with any of these new cards. But I'm just glad they gave this to us. We don't really have any, stats or anything on this yet. But I guess we'll get into that more in main phase 2 I guess, on like what we think the top decks are, if they're gonna do a queue or what the queue is gonna be like, that kind of stuff. So yeah, anything else to say about our initial impressions on Explorer?
Week 1, I really love it. I love how the meta is developing. Really love the format. It's really good impression for WotC to have this good of a week 1 for sure.
Yeah, I like it. If you bitch enough, sometimes they'll listen, I guess. They're like, fine.
We get what we want.
Fine, we'll give you your stupid format, you stupid fans of our game that give us money. We'll give you what you want, I guess. All right, cool. Well, then, with that, let's move into the combat phase.
Dorkish combat.
And combat is the horseshit card game, normally hosted by Drunken Dork. But this week, it's hosted by me because he's not here. So I have had my devilish thoughts brewing this week about what kind of torture I want to put Michael Apollo through in this card game. And I have a very thematic card game for you, my friend. So this week, for the horseshit card game, since we are talking about Explorer and Historic, I thought we would look into the ban lists for these to look at some of the differences. One of the key highlights of Explorer so far has been the Winota deck, because it's banned in Historic, right? But it's not banned in Explorer. So, stay with me here. All of the cards that I'm about to show you are banned in Historic, but one of them is not banned in Explorer. So all of them but one are banned in Historic and Explorer. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we got 7 cards this week. 7 cards. 6 of these are banned in Explorer and 1 is not, but all are banned in Historic. All exist in both formats as well. All of these should exist in both formats. All right, so first up we have Wilderness Reclamation, a 4-drop enchantment that untaps all your lands at the end of your turn. Next, we have Oko, Thief of Crowns, possibly the most broken card ever. A 3-drop Planeswalker, and do I need to read Oko?
No, please,
okay.
no.
Next, we have Veil of Summer, a 1-drop instant. Draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and black until the end of turn. Next, we have Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, a 3-drop legendary creature, Elder Giant. He enters the battlefield. You sacrifice him immediately, but you gain 3 life, you draw a card, and you can put a land onto the battlefield. And he has escape, where he can come back as a 6/6. He's a fucking ridiculous card. All right, next we have Thassa's Oracle, a 2-drop creature merfolk, and when Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put up to 1 of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. And she's a 1/3. Next, we have Nexus of Fate, a 7-drop instant. Take an extra turn. If Nexus of Fate would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, reveal Nexus of Fate and shuffle it back into the library instead. And last but not least, we have Field of the Dead, a rare land. Field of the Dead enters the battlefield tap. You can tap it for 1 colorless mana. Whenever Field of the Dead or another land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, you get to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Apollo, all of these cards are banned in Historic. and 6 of them are banned in Pioneer. Which one of or Pioneer? Yeah, well, Pioneer / Explorer. Which one of these is not banned in Explorer?
Oh God. All right, I'm pretty sure it's between Uro and Thassa's Oracle.
Okay.
I know Field of Dead's banned. Well, I shouldn't say I know. Every time I do, I lose. I feel strongly.
I know it's not this one. That's definitely the right answer.
I feel strongly that these cards are banned, but
That's
Thassa's
how my
Oracle.
that's how my girlfriend bets. She watches to see what you do, and then she's like, I don't want to. I'm picking something else.
Yeah, she's a winner. Winner, chicken dinner every time, man. just don't pick what I pick. Usually my first impressions are right, too, so.
Okay.
All right, but let's see here. So, Uro or Thassa's Oracle. Uro is so fucking broken. But is it broken for Pioneer? I think it is. I'm gonna go with Thassa's Oracle.
Okay.
Final answer.
Final answer. Thassa's Oracle. And Michael, this week, you got it right, dude. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, it is. It is Thassa's Oracle. Good job, man. Good job. 7 cards.
Hey,
Pretty good. Yeah.
all right.
So Thassa's Oracle is not banned in Pioneer. All of these other super broken cards are.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. And man, you haven't won in a while. I guess I fucking suck at this game. Yeah, I threw 7.
No,
in
that was
there,
a good
dude.
one. I like
Yeah,
that. I like that.
yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. I was surprised too when I was reading the ban list. I was like combing over it, and I was like, oh, Thassa's isn't banned. So Thassa's Oracle did get banned because of I believe, was it historic anthologies where they really, I can't remember the name of that card, but it was one that let you just churn through your deck until you got like,
Yeah, it was like a combo.
Yeah, it was a combo that you just won instantly with Thassa's Oracle. So they banned it because of that. And that combo does not exist in Pioneer, so it's not banned in Pioneer. It's still in there. Fucking ridiculous card. But yeah, that was it. So how did you guys do on the horseshit card game? Did you guys win like Apollo did? Oh my god, he actually won.
1 for 1, baby.
Add it to the record books, everybody. He's got one. He's got he's got to win.
Not today, old friend.
Nice. And with that, let's move into main phase 2.
Main phase 2.
All right, and main phase 2 is just some more comparisons between, historic and explore. If you're coming from historic, like what do you think the main differences are, Apollo, from going from historic to explore right now?
I would have probably said it really dumb, but reading through our Discord, I can't. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. We have to make sure we tag them. But they were saying, think of it like this. What's it called? Explorer is going to be like Arena Modern.
Yeah.
And Historic is like Arena Legacy. And I think that's like a really good way to kind of compare the two, because the power level of Historic is pretty high. It's a very quick format, and it's a very healthy format as long as Alchemy stops fucking with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
We don't see any huge changes. Well, thankfully we haven't seen like a lot of like detrimental changes. So the best way, if you're just entering, if you play a lot of paper and you like Modern and you like Legacy, those are usually one of the more popular formats that is in Magic. That would be the best way, I think, could be how to describe it,
Yeah.
So like what do you think? How about you?
No, that's a great way to put it, dude. Like, it is a lower power level than Historic, right? Because it's all the cards that are in Historic, but less, right? It doesn't have all of it. So this is what it's missing. It's missing the historic anthologies, which I really like. Actually, I think those are really fucking cool. I do think WotC is a little predatory with them sometimes because they're adding stuff that should be in sets that we should be getting. So Drunken Dork brought that up last week, and I totally agree with him that that's kind of like a gross practice that they're doing with them. But I still like them. You know, we got Ulamog and all these weird cards in the Praetors and stuff that I really like from those drops. And then we have the Horizons, which is, I did like the Jumpstart Horizons thing that we got. I thought that as a set was super fun.
Agreed.
I feel like some of the power level of those cards was pretty fucking nuts, though, man. That's what made Izzet like just go through the goddamn roof. was that set with the the Dragon Rage Channeler and all that stuff, man? Like, it's and it's not just our set, right? The Modern Horizons, like people fucking are upset about that set because of that stupid 1-drop monkey, that's destroying.
Oh,
Modern.
It's like destroying vintage. Like what?
Yeah, people hate the monkey, man. So I don't hate the Historic Horizons set, but I do feel like maybe it was a little too strong. And so that's not in Explorer either. And then all the alchemy cards are also not in Explorer. So it's just the pure release set, which is kind of nice, dude. It feels a little refreshing, to like, at least for us old dudes, to go back to just a normal, like, hey, this is what an Eternal format used to be like, right? Where it was just a true to tabletop, no weird WotC fuckery. It's just like a solid release schedule of cards that we got, and then we get to play with those. And there's something really fucking refreshing about that. Even as someone who loves Historic, I do like Historic a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Alchemy, but I do like Historic, and I really like having the option of playing just that true to tabletop format there and switching back and forth. If I am sick of Explorer, I can go play Historic now, and it's really fucking cool. I like it a lot. I'm really glad that they did this right now. I think this is one of the best things that they've done since they did actually release Historic the first time, and let it go. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to fully agree with you, man. Like, I like what you just said. Refreshing. It is refreshing. It's good to play an actual true to tabletop format on digital, on mobile, on your computer, on your phone, like exactly what we've been wanting. And yes, I agree with you too. I do love Historic immensely. I don't like Alchemy at all. I don't care for the whole esports thing. I think the idea was like cool in practice, but it messing up, or the potential to mess up Historic, is a complete turn off for me. But Explorer is amazing. I love it. I think it's really good that they went with this direction.
I totally understand when people take Arena, or not just Arena, just Magic seriously, and they really want to be competitive and really good with it. I understand that. That's just never how it's been for me. For me, it was always about like just playing with you dudes, and just having fun with the game. And so this feels like, it feels good. It feels like the old days of us like playing Magic again. And I didn't think it was going to feel like that playing that, like when Explorer came out, I was like, oh, okay, this sounds cool. It sounds like a cool format. I'm going to hop in there. And then I was just like, oh yeah, this is just really easy to like understand where all the cards are coming from, like all this weird fuckery that, WotC's been doing recently, like it's all not in there. And it does like refreshing. Yeah, where I was coming from. But back to what I was saying though. What so if we're coming from Historic, like if you're a Historic player, and you're in Arena and this new format comes out, what do you think they should like initially play to hop into the format to kind of experience it? What do you think is a good deck to like try out this new format?
Even with my other, like when I used to play Modern and Pioneer and Paper, the best thing you can do is try to translate the deck that you do use into the other format. Obviously, like as we stated, you lose a lot of things going into Explorer. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a weaker format. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and you can actually utilize a lot of cards you normally wouldn't use in Historic. So that being said, like a good example would be, as a GOoo player, using GOoo and trying to translate that back into Explorer. Okay, well, what cards do I have access to? What cards can I look forward to getting, like, Elvish Mystic and the like? That's like a good start. Now, I'm not saying GOoo is going to be like good in Explorer right now. I think it's actually kind of bad, or at least a little low. I think there's a lot of power in like Winota and Hand Disruption right now, but Rakdos, Rakdos is a good one. Jund's a good one. So if those are like your flavors of the week, you can very easily translate that and then see what you can do. Something I like is going with something familiar, see what everyone else is playing, and seeing it. It helps you build your strategy against them. And then 2, you can kind of see if like, hey, I really like how that deck plays, and then maybe then you can have a better picture on burning those wild cards for a new deck. Because if you just burn a new deck, which I just did it. I wasted so many wild cards on Esper Greasefang. So I'm probably I'm saying don't do that, but I just did it.
It's not a waste. It's a great deck.
Yeah. But no, I fell in love with it. See, I've played for a long time, so I have a lot of experience with like different decks and decks that I feel like are going to stay in the long haul, like Living End and Modern, or Esper Greasefang and Explorer. So I snapped and just snap bot everything, So am I saying waste all your wild cards? No, but if a deck interests you, for sure buy it. But I think like the safest way, the most easiest way, again, is try to translate a deck you're already used to into the new format. What about you got any thoughts?
No, that's great. That's a good way to put it. What I was gonna say was like if you want to get into the format, there is no queue yet. So we do not have a like legit tier listing of like top decks, and we don't have actual metadata yet. I've seen a couple tier listings that people think are like the strongest decks, and I agree with a lot of what they've said. But I'm looking here at Aether Hub's, their actual like best of one metagame stats, and at the top we have Winota. We have Winota Naya, and you know what, you said something very interesting about this format, about it not being weaker than Historic, and I think Winota is a huge indicator of that proves that what you're saying was not bullshit, because there are things that are not banned in this format that are banned in Historic, like Winota. Winota is banned in Historic. She is full reign in this, and she is top of the format right now. I believe this is the strongest deck in the format. It's very good. Now, is it unbeatable? No, not at all. It is not a like all-out best deck in the format, I don't think. I think there are plenty of decks that stand a good chance against Winota, but it is very good. And then next we have, of course, in every fucking single format besides Commander,
Got it.
that I play in, there is always goddamn mono red burn. Always.
There's gotta
always, always burn. I am not a burn player. I understand that people like burn. It is fast games. And I do appreciate that against playing against a burn deck. They either kill you quickly or fizzle out quickly. And that's what you got to respect about burn decks. They respect your time, at least, unlike a goddamn control player. Since they're jerking off all day. Mono red burn. It's good. Now it's fucking terrible against the Angel deck, but it's good against every other deck. It stands a very good chance against everything. They got Grafdigger's Cage in there in this one, because Grafdigger's Cage is super good against Winota. Winota, it doesn't work against that. So yeah, Grafdigger's Cage, really good in this format. Mono red, good deck. It actually has the highest win percentage out of any of these decks. So it actually does have a higher win percentage than Winota does, interestingly enough. And then we have a 4-color deck. What the fuck is this? This just popped up in there before I... I just looked at this, not this one. This is another card that is also banned in Historic that is not banned in Explorer, which is Agent of Motherfucking Treachery. This card is absolutely fucking insane. And there's a good reason he's not in Historic, because you could reanimate him and just start stealing shit. And he is one of the saltiest cards to play against. Nothing really pisses people off more than stealing their stuff. And
I hate that guy.
I know, right? It feels so bad to have your stuff stolen. And there he is, looking smug as a motherfucker. He's in this format. If you don't remember Agent of Treachery, he is a 7-drop blue human rogue. And when he enters the battlefield, you get to steal a permanent from your opponent. You can steal their land. You can steal literally anything. He's a 2/3.
Be a jerk.
And you can just bounce him or whatever. And Winota pulls him out for free. He's a 7-drop because he's a human. So Winota combos perfectly with him. And holy shit, is that an instant scoop when Winota pulls this guy out. Right? You're like, oh, I lost. Okay. That's how that happened. Yeah, so that's what that one was. Okay, that one actually has the same win percentage as the first Winota that we talked about, which is the Naya version. And then, we got Rakdos. Man, Rakdos is so good. And it's got 4 copies of Ob Nixilis, that new Planeswalker that we just got. That I mentioned he was like going to be very good in Rakdos decks, and hey, there he is.
And he is. He is. I've played against him quite a few times.
I was right. He's really cool. I really like Ob Nixilis. It's not my style of play, but yeah, he's in there. And then there's a bunch of just like cool, Rakdos cards in here. We got Fatal Push and all kinds of good stuff. This Anvil. The Anvil. Yeah, the Anvil. I thought that I overlooked that card for sure when it came out, and then I played against it and was like, what? What is happening right now? How is this thing generating this much value? This is insane. This deck is really good too. And if you're coming from Historic, it's not in here right now, but it was one of the first ones that I picked up, like I mentioned earlier. The motherfucking Angel deck in Best of 1. If you're not playing Best of 3, I'm not sure what makes Angels bad in Best of 3. I don't play Best of 3, but apparently it's not very good in there. There's probably some pretty good tech against it or something. But in Best of 1, holy shit, is my win percentage high with that deck, because look how much fucking burn there is in this set, that people are playing burn. There's a lot. 13%. Not nearly as high as fucking Winota, with 31% of the meta being played Winota. But it's good against Winota too. I say I have like a 50% chance of beating them. It's definitely not unbeatable to play against Winota with them. Because you just gain so much insane life and get stupid Angel. That new Angel is in there, and she is redonkulous, dude. The one from New Capnia or Capania or Capina.
Capenna.
Capena. Oh, it's a new Capena. I'm Italian. I'm a Tony Lasagna.
Tony Lasagna.
It's a Tony Lasagna and a new Capena.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, I'm Italian. A boobity beebity. A boobity beebity boobity.
You just gotta do a really bad Italian accent, and you can pronounce it. While making anyone who's Italian extremely mad at you. At the same time.
They were gonna be mad at me anyway. But yeah, anyways, I think the Angel deck is fucking dope, man. You should, if you like that kind of. I know a lot of people hate Angels.
I do. I love Angels for sure.
I know a lot of people hate that fucking Angel deck. But I have it's a special place in my heart, because right when they, printed Righteous Valkyrie and they revealed it, I was like, this is a game changer. and Wet Hot and fucking Drunken Dork was like, you're a fucking idiot. Angels will never be a thing. He was like, you're fucking stupid. Angels will never be a tribal format,
Yeah.
So I do enjoy just like, rubbing that in his face. A little bit. Because I am not a good person. So I'm a very petty man, and I enjoy these small victories. So
these are facts, yeah.
All right, you got anything else to mention about the difference between or any help for new people jumping into Explorer?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like kind of like what we're just saying, don't be afraid about the decrease in power level. If you haven't played paper at all, and this is the only format you've ever played, digital, and that being historic, and now you're interested in Explorer, this is common. This is common, and it's so cool because even though something is banned in a more powerful format, it can be used in a quote-unquote weaker format.
Yeah.
But you get so many. That's what you get. So many different like archetypes. We're gonna see things that we were not gonna be able to see in historic. Like devotion decks, like mono green Karn and stuff like that. We have a lot to look forward to. And there will be checks and balances for Winota. The meta will develop, and it's an exciting time to get into it right now for sure. So if you haven't, definitely get into it now. It's really fun, and it's easy to get into. By no means is it like baby's first Magic. It's highly competitive, and it's also, really lax also, what I mean? So
yeah, it's good. I'm really interested to see when the Q comes out because we just get crazy stats nowadays. So I'm interested to see what the full fleshed out meta is going to look like. And I'm like skeptically, like I said in my intro, skeptically hopeful about Explorer because I'm enjoying it so far. I like the versatility of it, and I think you should try it out if you have not tried it yet. It's just the play queue. It's not going to hurt your rank score or whatever. So, if you already got the cards for it, something like an Angel deck or a Rakdos deck, just craft them up and hop in there and try it out and let me know. Like, we want to know, like, are you guys actually playing this format? Are you enjoying it? Like, hit us up. We got a Discord, and it's a good community. So with that, I guess we'll just head into our end step.
End step.
Yes. And end step is normally it's like our what are we doing outside of Magic or whatever, but this week I think it's gonna be our comments, questions, and concerns. I know we have stuff that popped up in there. I avoid it. We try and avoid it all week, leading up to the podcast. So this is a special channel in our Discord where you can ask us any questions, comments, or concerns about how dumb we are or whatever, and throw it in there, and we'll read it on the podcast. We don't care, whatever. So we don't give.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck. So whatever. Apollo, you're man in this one. What is what's in the vault of shit this week?
So it's pretty good. Did we talk about this last time from Maluka talking about NFTs? Did we talk about that last week?
No, we didn't. I think
so
you mentioned something about NFTs in a text thread, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So this is like a pretty interesting suggestion for a topic. So Maluka on our Discord, and again, be sure to follow that community because it's a really great community. So Maluka was saying something about. I guess let me just read the initial one. So I saw in a comment from Gabe Newell in a PC Gamer interview about how NFTs are a technology without a use case in gaming. I think he's missing one use case, the ability to cash NFTs back out and get paid for the content, especially when there's an ecosystem like Arena and Moto. Would making Magic cards be NFTs and therefore easily transferable between Moto and Arena and between people, allowing cashing out from Arena be a worthwhile step for Wizards? Obviously, they won't do it, and I tend to agree, because then people would cash out and trade independently of them, and they wouldn't want people in Arena to do that. But Also, would allow an actual economy for cards that were more in demand, could cash in wild cards for cards that sell for more money, would never match actual card prices, as prices would be capped by how much wild cards cost to purchase, but would probably be cheaper than flat out buying wild cards. So a lot going on there, but basically what we're talking about here.
Shit, that's a good topic.
Yeah, it's NFTs, and we could probably expand on it too in a later episode or like a little side thing, because this is big.
That's a huge conversation, because NFTs have a major upside and fucking dismal downside for for Magic in general. NFTs are just I feel like toxic in general, but there could be some pretty good upsides to them too, like he was talking about. If those NFTs could transfer to a new format, that like if they came out with a new version of Arena and you owned an NFT of a card, like if it could transfer to that would be that'd be really cool. The downside is just basically crypto mining is bad. It's bad for the environment, and there's a lot of toxic, this would be a whole fucking thing. I'm not gonna get into it here. But
I mean, I guess like basic initial impressions, because I would like Drunken Dork in on this too, as we like, because this is why we value this on Discord. We do want to do the research and actually.
Yeah, that's great.
You guys want to hear from us. We want to give it to you. So we're going to have to pour in a lot more research into the subject. But, my initial impressions too would be, I think the main point is we need an economy for Arena. We've been asking for it for a long time. Obviously, other trading card games have an economy of some sort, whether it be dusting or whatever have you. And I think that's the main thing people want, is to be able to get cash value out of their, out of their cards like you would in paper. Whether or not NFTs is the correct way to go, that's up for debate. But
it's not. It's not. But we could get into that, like very, very much.
It's
we
not.
Get into that, yeah.
But I can see the need for it. And I can see the concern and want for it, because it is a brand new thing. And, when you get into like blockchains and NFTs and crypto, it's a whole new digital world out there that's definitely going to be either fortified in our new future or, fall by the wayside, because, the monkey NFT or something from Kanye West or something stupid.
I think that's a great fucking idea for a podcast. So we will for sure do this. We will do this. All right. What else do we got?
So that's pretty much it. It's mostly just discussing about the NFTs, within our community, people giving their feedback and stuff like that. I'm not going to read the entire conversations between these people. Okay. But so other than that, it was just Mythwin just performing, posting how he did in nice. How you can get like how you performed on the season and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Okay, those are cool. The little like stat emails that Arena does every once in a while. Those are cool. Yeah, he brings that up everyone. Mythwin's awesome, man. He's he's always done good stuff. I actually ran into him one time on Arena, and he fucking burned me to death.
Hell yeah, good man.
I know. I was like, oh, I just got fucking destroyed, and then I looked at the name and I was like, it's fucking Mythwin. That was great. All right. So, anything? All right. Anything else?
It's a little light this week, but it's because the topic it's a long conversation within our community, and
that's fine.
Again, I think it's best that we take the time to do our research proper.
Sure.
But that is like the main debate going on in our chat right now.
So if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns about us, oh shit, I had something great that I forgot to go over here. Let's see, I think I had it. Fuck, what phase was it in? I think it was main phase 1. Let me pop back there and see if I had it here. Oh man, it is all jacked up. Let me move it around right now and see if I can. This is a comment from me because if you remember last week when we were talking about the changes that they made to the not economy.
Like how you purchase packs and stuff.
Yes, how you purchase packs. I misread something and you guys were like, no, idiot. They were saying that you can open up multiple packs at a time. And you guys were totally right about that's what it said. They did not, a quality of life is what I was looking for. That's the name. And here it is right here. The quality of life improvement that they made. I was like, oh my God, they'll allow you to buy multiple packs with gold. And you guys were like, no. You're way off. And I was kind of right / wrong. I mean, they didn't say that, and they didn't do it in the way that I thought they were going to, where you could just purchase like, an exact amount of packs with gold. They did it this way, where you can purchase 1, 3, 6, 15, or 45, or 90 packs with gold. So holly fucking Luya, Watsy, you guys actually did something right here, where they added in the ability to buy multiple packs with gold. Because if you're new to this community, you used to have to. Back in my day, back in my day,
I was a kid.
Back in my day, you had to click on every single pack that you wanted to buy with gold. You had to go, I want 1,000 gold for this pack, and then it would go ka-ching, and it would pop up, and then you'd have to go, click back into the store, and then I want this one, and click, 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 click. Bam! I got another one. Yay! 50 more to go. And it took fucking ever for them to do that. So I wanted to do that on comments. That's my own comment about something that we we're wrong / right about, I guess. Yeah. So I thought I'd just mention that. So if you guys notice anything else stupid that we said, or want to correct us, or you have any crazy stuff that you want to say to us, right? Just throw it in there. So. That's
I gotta let you know. I'm sorry to shit on your happy parade, but it does not work for every pack though.
Really?
It's only for the newest, because I bought a whole bunch of packs today for Neon, and it's still singular.
Oh, those motherfuckers! Of course.
Well, unless it's on PC, because I was playing on phone, so I don't know if it's different on phone and PC.
Okay. I don't know. I don't have the game up right now, so I can't tell.
But if it's true, look at Watsy, dude.
That would be funny. They're like, you need to buy the standard stuff. If you don't want to buy standard, you have to do it one by one.
Yeah. Play standard, please.
And in fact, fuck standard. Actually, pay alchemy. It's a superior format. Look, we buffed a bunch of cards.
Please play.
Please play. We put a lot of money into this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So join our Discord. Throw stuff in there. Any last things for comments, questions, or concerns, Apollo?
No. Good
All
sir.
Right. Well, then we'll move into our
Cleanup
phase, which is our social media promos, where we have a YouTube channel. If you haven't seen us on there yet, we're ugly and we are on there, and we have pretty good whatever this is that we're doing. Production value. Our production value, I've been told our production value is pretty high for what terrible numbers we have for our podcast.
Absolutely.
It's probably because of our off-putting personalities. That's my main guess about that. But we also have a Discord, which we talked about a lot because, we love our Discord community. It's great. There's super great people in there. Jacavio just showed back up in there for Explorer, which is great. I love that dude, along with S'mores and Bacon and Mythwind and all these other people that we talk about. And, we got a lot of good people in there that are posting stuff.
It's a great community.
So join that. that. We're also on all the podcast stuff. If you want to, take us to go, if you don't want to look at us, which I totally get, we're on there. But
by far our most successful form of media.
Yeah,
by the
for
way.
sure. I mean, it is a podcast, so totally makes sense. But then also we have an Aether Hub, which we put decks on there sometimes. We haven't put anything on there recently, but yeah. Well, I mean, we got stuff, so yeah. And with that, let's go into the last and final phase of our beloved podcast, the discard phase.
Discard phase. Drink 'em
And
up,
discard
boys.
is where we pound the rest of our drinks. I don't have a lot here. Oh shit, I do. I forgot.
You're like, oh wait, whoopsie.
I forgot I didn't pour a little bit more in there. Okay. So any last words, Apollo, before we sign off?
Just again, it's good to be back. It's great to be playing and talking with all you all. I can't stress it enough. Please join our Discord and comment, like, subscribe, bell notifications, all that good jazz. And it's really great to be back with you guys. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back, man. And yeah, come hang out with us. We all like talking on there about magic. So yeah, this is a fun podcast. I'm excited about Explore, and I'm excited to have you back on the pod too, and have some more good conversations. So with that, man, let's pound these fucking drinks and say cheers, man. So yeah, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Peace.
All right, and we'll see you again next time right here on Manoran. Woo! Oh man, I'm telling you, dude, you missed it when you were over here last time. But this hoppy kombucha, I feel like it's right up your alley, dude.
I want to try it,
dude. I got you. I don't know if I could send alcohol. Is that something you can do? I think you can, right? Maybe alcohol. I'll mail some stuff.
Mail me kombucha.
It's boozy kombucha, man. It's great,
dude. No, I would love to try it, dude, for sure.
It's really good, man. I reignited Drunken's beer making. I remember when I went over to his house and he was like making beer in his underwear, like next to like a.
I remember he like looking like a fucking meth head, and he had like the big old vat, and he's like, whoops, like trips and ruins the entire batch. No, it's good, yo.
Now I'm imagining him doing that with a fucking just blown out eyeball. That's all right. That's all right. Because he pooped too hard. Oh, God.
So good. So good.